everybody, and welcome back to 3-2 Brew. Today we're going to be doing some pre-modern testing. I'm going to be running through a deck list that I found online. The original deck list is by Mateus Andrade, who I found on mtgdecks.net. So I took their base deck and I transformed it a bit. This is a white weenie list. So thank you, Mateus, for posting results for this so I could use it as a baseline. This is going to be a little bit different. They didn't have any Exalted Angels in theirs. I added 2 Exalted Angels. I didn't like the Enlightened Tutor package, so I swapped it over to a Armageddon main board primarily. So mine's a little bit more, I guess, get to a certain point and the game ends because I Armageddon type of vibe. I don't know. Never played White Weenie, so I'm very interested in it. I believe it was recently Rich Shea who was on the I Got Questions podcast talking about White Weenie as they've kind of championed the deck for a while. So I thought I'd just give it a run. I'm very interested in it. I've been interested in it for a long time. There's a lot of really cool cards you get to play. You get a lot of pro red. So Silver Knight is pro red, and so is Soltari Priest, as is Mystic Crusader. So you get a lot of protection from red decks, which I enjoy. It's kind of solution-esque because of that, but not really. 2 Geddons in the main board, 1 in the side. I got 4 swords, 3 disenchants. I left the artifact suite that was previously here from the Enlightened Tutor package. 2 Furnace main deck, 2 Scroll main deck. I went up to 23 lands. They were at 22, but with the addition of Exalted Angel, I wanted a bit more consistency. Sideboard as well. I didn't continue to buy Phyrexian Furnaces because they're like $7 a pop on MTGO, and I'm too stupid to figure out how to rent. So go through Card Hoarder and buy them up. So I added 2 Crypts to the sideboard. I added 2 COP Reds instead of Warmths. I think COP Red's just a better card in general. Warmth is great, but I don't love it. Reprisal to deal with those big nasty creatures. 4 True Believers, not 100% exactly outside of burn who this goes to. Probably Oath, if I had to guess, but added them in. Sweet card, 2 mana, 2/2. 2 Abolish, really, really good, you know, just hidden artifact or enchantment, a free will kind of. 1 additional Armageddon for the decks that we want to just lock out. And then I added 2 Warships as well. So I don't have any sweepers or nothing, which I think is nice. We have enough creatures to kind of pack down with the Warships. So I'm really interested. I like, this isn't really a stompy deck. This is more just like a straight up beaters deck. I enjoy beater decks a lot. So I'm very, very interested to see how this one plays out. So I hope everybody enjoys, and let's hop on over to our first match. All right, we're kicking it off on the play here. Okay. I like this. This is a wild opening hand that I'm not going to complain about it. 3 lands, a bit of interaction, 2 Savannah Lions. I'm going to drop Savannah Lions and we're going to get to beaten. See what they're on here. Maybe we turn 2 Wasteland plus. Ooh, I think we do. Sorry. Bit of a sore throatish kind of. Second main, I am going to waste just proactively and drop another Savannah Lions. Just trying to get down underneath of them. Okay, they're going to drop a Plow. No problem with me. I'm going to get in the red zone again here. Drop that in. Get the Monk down low here. I love shadow creatures. Some of my favorite mechanics. Okay, gonna get in the red zone. All right, another Plow. Then we're going to be able to morph this thing face down and see what they want to do about it. Fairy Conclave. Come on, give me a land here. No land. That's fine. I will get in the red zone. I am a little bit afraid of an Armageddon. Or sorry, not an Armageddon. A whatchamacallit. Brain's blanking on me. The sweeper. Wrath of God. All right, they're going to impulse and response. That's fine. Okay. Can't quite flip the angel yet. Got one more angel in the hand here. We just got to get across the line here. All right, they do have a fairy conclave locked in. Okay. I'm just going to move to combat. Okay. Gonna let that be. AK. They only have one fairy conclave activation up currently. Not finding our lands. Find the other half of our deck. Okay. See how they assign blockers here? Gonna plow that soldier token. I'll trade a Deathblade Elite, no problem with me. We're kind of drawing the half of the deck we don't really want to draw. Wrath of God. Yeah. All right, any order. That's fine, that's fine. Lack of lands is kind of hurting us, of course. Life is a bit of a cruel joke. No counter spell, please. No way. Ah. All right. Okay. Well, we are at a tough point. They only got 3 cards in hand, though, so we can deal with them. They're probably a standstill deck looking at the way that this has gone. We just put nice and early pressure on them. All right, down to 2. Another AK. AK is such a cool card. Okay. Not sending any fairies my way. Drop down a Savannah Alliance. Okay. All right. The impulse. Sorry, I was talking to them. On the side here. Another impulse. Man, they are digging. So we can kind of put them at an interesting spot here. If they want to like activate a fairy conclave to block a Savannah Alliance, they've seen a good part of their deck here. These standstill decks look actually really cool. Okay, end step. We're done. Just gonna rip off a fairy conclave. Okay, move right through. I'd like for them to be like, all right, I want to use that mana. Man. Whew. All right. Well, we're going to get decreed here. This is a tough one for us. We just kind of found the half of our deck that almost hurt a little bit. Just in this matchup. I don't know if we can really beat through this, but we're going to keep playing it out. This disenchant's just been rotting in my hand. Okay. That's going to eat a swords if it resolves. I'm not going to lay a block down here. Phyrexian Furnace. I'm going to exile the bottom of their yard. I'm going to hit one of their AKs here. Deathblade Elite. Just trying to go a bit more wide here. It's a bit difficult. I can't exactly do it. I mean, we just hit a spot here where we can't really do a whole lot. Plowing the Fairy Conclave was risky in a sense, but we can continue to take 3. That is what it is. Okay. I'm going to drop another Savannah Alliance. I don't think I want to force any kind of action there. Because now they can only attack with 2 if they want to be safe. Okay, yeah, I was about to say. Okay. Push that on through. I am going to attack. Provoke. Yep, sure. I'll just force it to block. I don't really care. I wonder if Mom should be in this deck. I didn't even think about that. Any order. Yeah, Mom should probably be in this deck. My brain just like didn't think about that. I don't know why. But it wasn't like, hey, you should do this, do that. This creature is big, bad. Oh, come on. The plow. Is that their 4th plow? 3rd plow? Yeah, 3rd plow. We had a lot of plows as well, to be fair. All right. This disenchant has just been rotting in my hand. Please no counterspell. Please no mana leak. Oh, come on. Ah, I am so bad against control, everyone. I'm sorry. I really don't like playing a lot of control or like against it or nothing. When they got the Fairy Conclave here. We're probably at a losing position, like just flat out. We won't be able to win the game, but I need to at least run this out because they're only at 4. I am dead in 4 turns. So I need to kind of stabilize here the best I can. If I can. I mean, that's a good card. All right. We're just never going to resolve anything. All right, let's begin sideboarding here. Disenchants are not wanted against this deck. Freezel doesn't work. Crypt is actually viable against them. Abolish. I don't think so. I'm just going to bring in an extra Geddon. GG's. Okay, well, we were close there. You know, we were close. I'm okay with that. You know, I can't win them all. We were on the play there too, right? Yeah, we definitely were. Okay. I'll keep this. I know it's a bit sketchy with as much white as we have in our hand, but we do have a lot of lands. So I'm hoping that we can find them. Yeah, I should definitely have some moms in this list. Okay, well we can wasteland that. Let me get in here. Wasteland that. Hit the furnace down. Exile the bottom card of their library. Okay, there's a second plains. Move to attack. Soltari Monk here. Yup, that's a plow. Exile the bottom card of their library, or their graveyard, sorry. I actually would prefer Monk to die over Silver Knight. So that's why I kind of handled it that way. Deathblade Elite. And again, I'm okay with Monk being countered here. If that's what they want to do. Impulse. Impulse. I don't want to overcommit and have this knight hit the board. I don't know what our matchups against blue-white control are like in general. This type of deck feels like, you know, I really think that there's like some kind of what I call solution still list in this format. I just don't know what it is. Let me get in there. Okay. I will commit a Savannah Alliance here. AK. Impulse. Impulse is sick. I really like the new art on Impulse. I like the old art as well, but I really like the new art a ton. If they're stocking AKs, then yeah, I'm going to kind of get got, but is what it is. Wrath. Okay. Any order? That is fine. Follow it right up with a Silver Knight. That's why we didn't overextend. Have them exile their Wrath of God. Missing land drops hurts, though. You'd think this deck had like 20 lands in it. It heard me talking about it. It knew. Okay. I'm actually going to bait out, hopefully, a counterspell here. No. Okay. I'm looking for them to tap down again. Cycling? Oh, a Fa. I'm going to go 3-2 split. They can have lands or they can have AK. And they want AKs. I will cycle Phyrexian Furnace here. Okay. I mean, I'm just going to keep beating. They have the cycler. They have the cycler. Okay. Swords. So we know two of the cards in their hand as well are AK. Test the waters with a cursed scroll here. Interesting. Oh, they had a disenchant. Okay. Okay. Wonder if that's more value, I guess, for them than hitting it on like an AK or something. I'm not going to pop the furnace. Simply because it just doesn't make sense. Who is it? Is it Andrea Mangucci who says like never leave your relic untapped or whatever? Renewed faith. Okay. So they're more cycling based here. This is very interesting. I'm gonna hit the AK. Okay. It's an additional planes. Not mad about that. I mean, by now they're halfway through their deck. You know they got a decree. What I'm banking on is them. I'm going to attack with Silver Knight. Bluff like I don't have anything good in my life to do. Okay. Yeah, I think I have to go for Angel here. I'm going to be pissed if they got a mana leak. Oh, way! Are you serious? Come on. Oh, that's so frustrating. That is unbelievably frustrating. All right. Well, if I would have just waited one turn, it's on me, I guess, you know. Running it out in the mana leak or whatever. Impulse. Yeah. All right. GG's. Well, we lost 0-2 to blue-white control, which not blaming the deck. Gonna blame me. I'm not very good against control. Don't have the patience and what have you. So we're done with that. Let's hop into match number 2 here. Second match on the play here. Okay, we're in the blinds. I think I'm gonna keep this. Deathblade Elite coming out first. We have a plow for any kind of creature responses they have. Is this another blue-white control matchup? I'm praying to God that it's not. What is up with everyone playing blue-white control today? There's a factory. I'm gonna move in and I'm gonna attack. I don't want to overextend here into a wrath of some kind. I think we are. I think we're playing standstill again. I'm just trying to get some testing in here, lads. Let me please play a non-control deck. That was a really quick impulse. Scared for what the future may hold for me. Well, I'm going to turn them sideways. I'm going to try and plow. It's an impulse and response. And I'm going to commit one more monk here because they're currently, down a land. Okay. Factory. What is shadow? Yeah, it's only shadow creatures. I was thinking of fear. I think fear is black and what have you. Okay. Okay. I am afraid of a board wipe still, so I'm not going to overextend my Silver Knight. Okay. Gonna attack with everything again. Let them boot that up. Gonna disenchant that factory. Swords. I think I just gotta... I think I am just gonna commit the Silver Knight. Gotta do what I gotta do. They have an untapped white source and sweep me up, then that's life. Nothing I can do about it. Attack with everything. Okay. I mean, I'll trade. It's fine with me. I'm not going to play the land. I'm just going to keep it pushing. Armageddon here would be really nice off the top. There's a second white source. All right, well, we got Forbid. I haven't seen Forbid be played in a long time. So I'm not mad about that in the slightest. They did not buy it back. Means they still got some gasoline in their hand. Dust Bowl, it's fine with me. Gonna hit their Fairy Conclave, just straight up off the jump. All right, GG's. All right, well, we took blue-white control first there. I think I want Armageddon. So I want Crypt. They didn't seem like they were an AK build. They seem like just a raw lands variant. Swords is worse against them. Maybe some disenchants are good. Probably Worship is better then. I'll take one more swords and a disenchant out. I'm really not 100% sure how I should be against them. Reprisal could be pretty good if they went the Angels route, but I don't know. We're on the draw here, so we'll see how this goes. Gonna have to mulligan that, sadly. I will keep this. And I'm gonna bottom the swords, actually. I think swords is just my worst card there. If they want to force spike this, they can. Be an aggressive force spike. I think next turn, regardless of anything, I try and get Soltari Monked. Oh, maybe not. Okay. Well, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna slam. You can't be afraid of the standstill. We are not a deck that wins through standstill. Let's just be honest. Like, it's not gonna happen. So I'm gonna slam my cards, and I'm just gonna have to keep it pushing. Okay. Swords on it. Another standstill. Well, what's gonna happen here? I'm gonna wasteland then. And then I'm going to slam a priest. Let him have it. Okay. You can exile the bottom. See what they discard. They're drawing a good bit of their deck. Had 2 standstills. Their hand probably looks absolutely toasty. We need some lands here. Disenchant and an island, okay. Gonna put that priest in the red zone. And I'm gonna put a Deathblade Elite on the battlefield. We are a bit soft to sweeper right now, but there's only so much we can do. Alright, Impulse. They're still digging, like that's incredible. Blue is just crazy in this format. I think blue's like super nasty. This Impulse art has, I can't say it every time, but it's really, really grown on me. Okay. Just gonna hit the factory. Be proactive about it. Alright. Might be time to cycle this furnace here. We really need a land drop. Alright, there's the second white. And then I want to get rid of factory. Okay, Silver Knight. Another land here would be like kind of god tier. I'm going to commit a Savannah Lions here. Because they probably have a sweeper, and that's okay. I can follow it up with Silver Knight. Okay, Wrath. Any order? Give me a land, please, deck. No, that's cool. It's all right. I'll just take more action. They have a plow. Okay. It's all right. We got Savannah Lions on the flip here. Fetching. Probably have a decree. Another standstill. It's fine with me. Land here would be nice. Thank you. I'm going to play Savannah Lions. Again, you can't play scared versus standstill. You just have to jam through it. There's nothing you can do about it. At least that's my belief. Some people may feel differently. Standstill seems like kind of a cool deck. I just don't like playing control. I even own 4 standstills. I just, for some reason, never play. That Dust Bowl is absolutely egregious right now for me. All right. Well, that is what it is. It's actually okay. Yeah, we lose the Savannah Lions, which sucks. We aren't drawing any gosh darn lands. So we're kind of landlocked right now, which is a big problem for us. They just have another plow. Okay. Deathblade Elite. And then Curse Scroll. All right. GG's. We aren't going to be able to get out of that one. I'm not going to sit here and twiddle my thumbs with it. Let's see. Disenchant's actually good. I like it more than I like Swords to Plowshares. And you know what? I think I'm just going to bring in an Abolish as well and drop the final swords. And the only reason I'm doing that is because it hits the factories. It's a nice and easy way to deal with it. They don't gain life. We are kind of racing them here. All right, that's definitely a keep. I don't know if Worship is the correct call against them. Probably not, in all honesty. Maybe I should just be bringing in True Believers to keep just pure pressure on them. It's kind of what I'm thinking. But I'm not 100% sure. I'd like to find a wasteland off the top here. Get in with my Savannah Lions. Soltari Priest. I feel like my deck, if you have a, whatchamacallit, it's very good. Force Spike. Personally, I'd be running Force Spike directly into my deck. Like, not thinking twice about it. Phyrexian Furnace. Okay, that can be a cycle when I need it to be a cycle. Okay. I'm ahead on board right now. So I'm not going to worry too much about this. I know that I just discarded my planes. But I'm okay with it. I have the mana to deal with them. They're looking for lands, which is why I think they didn't crack that flooded strand. Personally. Okay. Exile. And I'm also going to pop this. Can't pop it because I have nothing to target. I need order. Just going to eat that. Okay. One, two. Soltari Monk. All right. I hope they don't find a blue source and they invest in a standstill. Nah, why would that happen? Why would that happen? You got 6 cards in hand over there. Let's give them a heat check. It's Armageddon. See what they want to do about it. This might seem stupid, yeah. It's alright. Give them a heat check. See where they're at. They're just raw cycling Decree of Justice. They're looking for action and answers and everything here. It's a factory. Still can't block me. Well, let's give them another heat check here. Okay. I'll play a planes now. Foff. You know what? You want card selection or do you want beaters? Your choice. Yeah, they want card selection. It's fine with me. Give me another Armageddon off the top. Let me have it. We gave them Standstill, Foff, and something else. They're going to cast a Foff here. Or not. There it is. Do they want lands or a standstill? They want lands and everything or an impulse? Personally, yeah, they're digging. There we go. I mean, there's a strong chance they find a rat here, and that's okay. I'm not mad about it. All right, there's an answer. Impulse, they're still digging. What are they digging for? We may never know. They are digging. All right, well, they're tapped out of blue. I'm not going to be scared of a standstill, everyone. Sorry. If you're watching this and you're like, why are you just slamming into a standstill? I can't play scared. I don't got time for all that. What I got time for right now is an Armageddon. But what I'm going to do is play Monk. I'm going to hold this plane still. Monk is a lethal threat. If they don't have answers, okay. Like, I'm making them have it every single time. They've seen over half their deck. Another standstill. They can keep having them. I'm going to keep deploying threats. It's a nice one. I'm going to put the Savannah Lions out there. I wish his worship was just a true believer at this point, in all honesty. Okay, Wrath of God. Give me another shadow creature. Just gonna slam down a worship. See what they want to say about it. Okay. It's a mana leak. Yeah, I don't think that's the correct sideboard card. I feel kind of stupid now. But probably should have just been True Believer. For just more action. Okay, factory can boot up. I'm on a 12 clock turn. 12 turn clock. Another factory. Let's just take out their factory. Not let them play around with it. They're at 2. Like, I'm right there. How many? Let's see. They've used 1, 2, just 2. And they've used, let's see, 1. Okay, 2 Wrath of Gods. They gotta respect it. Okay, counterspell it is. That's a clock right there. I'm also just going to apologize to everyone. I don't want to continue to play against control, but this is just the people who've been queuing in. I queued into one, and this cat queued into me. I don't know. Control's fun to watch. I personally hate watching control videos. Gonna wasteland their factory. But I mean, these decks are good. I think Standstill is like a really good deck, personally. It's a cool deck too. It's a deck I probably should play. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and like pretend like this is a deck that I should not play against. I don't know why I don't play Standstill. Soltari Monk. Fact or Fiction. I'm gonna give him Just Humility. They put Just Humility in the bin. They can just plow. It doesn't really matter at this point. They get to do whatever they want. Oh, they just plow. Impulses. I just gave him whatever pile. There wasn't a lot of brain power stuck into that pile, if you didn't notice. I mean, they're running low on stuff. If I can get some more shadow creatures, that would be very nice. Factory they can boot up in the future. Use almost all my wastelands. Savannah Lions. Play out of planes. Keep it pushing. Savannah Lions, one of my worst draws. Alright. GG's. Well, we lost 1-2 against another control deck, which just in general cooks this deck. So hopefully we can get a match here against some kind of non-control deck. So let's move on to match number 3 now. All right, everybody, let's try and wrap up here on a non-control game. That's what I'm hoping for. It has been a bit dodgy on that regard, but I'm very much hoping we don't run into control for a really 4th time. Actually, I had another game that I queued into that was control. And I can only play so much control. It is the work day right now, so trying to get around all of it. It's a Phyrexian Furnace main deck. Interesting choice. Gonna instead invest in a all right. I'm gonna drop in Silver Knight. Okay. Or at least playing a red deck. Red-white. What do we got going on the other side of the battlefield? Very interested in this. What do we have here? Red-white pile? Get in on this with the Silver Knight. I'm going to invest in a Soltari Priest as well. I'm just going to hold up Swords of Plowshares. We're grabbing the pro red that we need. That's a good thing. Okay, so this is what's the name of that? It's a cycling deck. I have these. It's a slide. It's a humility they have. Well, that's a big womp womp for the humility. Okay. It's alright. Give me a disenchant off the top of your deck. That's not a disenchant. Attack with all creatures. Okay. I will deploy a second monk. And I'll also deploy a Curse Scroll. Just going to continue the beats. I'm pretty sure that this is Astral Slide. I think that's what it's called. Not 100% sure, though. I've never actually played against this deck. This deck looks super fun. Some Theros Beyond Deaths. Humility is done. A new Hey, Faith. I mean, we're still beating him with 3s. It's not like the end of the world. Disenchant puts us heavy back online. Main deck Humility is some crazy action. Sick card, sick art. Okay. Move into attack here. I'm gonna just wasteland their secluded step. Putting them back on mana a bit. I'll try and Curse Scroll them at the end of their turn. Alright, they're cycling Furnace. Interesting. Disenchant off the top here would be huge. I'm going to name Swords to Plowshares here. Swords to Plowshares. Coin flip hit. Reveal Mystic Crusader. Win some, lose most. Okay. Get to eat a Eternal Dragon here. I am actually going to pop this on Spark Spray. Okay. Move into attack. Guess this could be a Decree of Justice deck. Slice and dice. Man. Oh, okay. Okay. Gotta continue to fight through this. Dropping a Silver Knight. I mean, we had gas for them. They just, you know, main deck of humility. Which is so crazy to me. That, like, this is what we're getting cued into. But it's okay. Disenchant would go Miles here. Okay. Well, we know we're bringing in the Abolish just from the sideboard. Alright. Okay, I mean, we do have ways to win. That's alright. Okay. Silver Knight. Dropping a Savannah Alliance. Hit them up top. I'm gonna name Swords. Plowshares. Okay, lost our coin flip again. Wait. Mobilization. That's a sick card. What a sick. Wow. Yeah, things I love for 100 will be mobilization. I'm gonna attack with Savannah Lines, see if they want to trade. Okay. Actually, I'll undo that. Wow. This is a wild deck, actually. I, like, don't know if I can beat this deck. Swords on the soldier token. Because they're just going to continue to... Yeah, I mean... Alright. I'm just going to wrap it up. I don't think we're going to be able to get out of that. GG's. What a wild setup. Talk about just stuff I wasn't prepared for. That was 100% it. I am bringing in Abolish. I am bringing in Armageddon. What is not as good against them? Salted Angel's very good. I don't know if they're doing much with their graveyard, so if Phyrexian Furnace can come out. I like the Geddon. I like the 3 Abolish. Maybe 1 Savannah Alliance. Although... Soltari Monk is unblockable. Yeah, I think we take out the Savannah Alliance. I'm also going to bring in True Believers. I don't know what matchup that's for, but I'm going to bring them in. I don't think we care much about their graveyard. I mean, they had some stuff, I guess. Like maybe leave one of these in. Yeah. Because they did have the Eternal Dragon, I guess, on like a top end potential for them. But I'm not 100% sure. But I don't think Reprisal's good either. Not 100%. It's a tough one. Again, I'm just playing some decks that I'm just not used to. I haven't played Landstill a ton, which is fine. Like it's cool to get reps against them. I wish it was on a deck that I play more consistently. But it is interesting to know. But this deck is wild. Actually, this like red-white cycling. I actually own in paper the enchantment. Astral Slide. I think it's Astral Slide is the actual enchantment. I own 4 of them in foil in like Chinese or something. They were at my local game store back in PA when I was living there. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to just scoop these up. One day, maybe I'll be sliding out around. But yeah, just Thought that was kind of a wild pickup. We're taking a minute to sideboard. The mono white version of this deck, I'm kind of schmedium on. I think I'd like some blue action. I think that blue white would be more where I want to be at. I think I'd like to have like white weenie with standstill, in all honesty. I think standstill would just be like super gas in this deck, just to more or less just restock the hand. That way you could pack some counter spells in the sideboard and stuff if you really wanted. So might give that a peek in the future. Yeah, I'll keep this. It's a little bit clunky, but I'm okay with that. I do have an abolish to deal with any kind of enchantment nonsense. They're down to 5. Okay. I feel like if you're a master with this deck, though, like you're just gonna cook people. I feel like this is one of those decks that just takes a lot of time to get reps in. And once you do, it's just kind of like you're dicing everyone up. Which is cool in my opinion. Wasteland here would be crazy. Could have just developed Knight. There's the Rift. Okay. So I can't kill my creatures currently. If like they get some kind of setup for like Turbo Rift or something, they might be able to. But not 100% sure yet. If I can get one more planes here, and like I can just get Silver Knight, 2 Silver Knights out, and just getting, I think we're in a really good spot, personally. I don't know what's holding them up here. Is there like 0 mana cyclers that I don't know about? It's a Forge. Could plow. Second Rift. Okay. Give me a Plains, please, deck, and I'll Armageddon. That's not a Plains. Just gonna attack with all creatures. Get that in there. Okay. They do have some Turbo Lightning Rift on me if they want. Enlightened Tutor. Okay. Tell me you're gonna go grab a Humility, please. Thank you. Okay. They're gonna take some pain off of this. Yep. And this is why we held the Abolish. Here's the ultimate. We hit Abolish. Okay, I was gonna say, if we could hit Abolish right into Armageddon, that would have been nasty. Okay. I'll toss down a Monk. If that's where they want to send some damage, I'm not going to stop them. Mobilization's a pain. Please give me a land deck. Deck, please. All I'm asking for is a single land here. I feel like I'm really not asking for that much. I am going to slam down a Priest. I will hold up a Swords to Plowshares. Thing is, they can't block these two. They'd have to rift the Priest. They can rift here. They can't rift there. That's fine. Shadow is not to be trifled with. Okay, GG's. I think that's the correct setup here. We're pretty heavy on creatures. Let's see. Yeah, I think this is what we want, actually. Is this a deck that wants Wayfair? Like 23 lands in Wayfair? Is it Wayfair? Weather Wayfair? I think it might be. But we got enough per red here to deal with them. Ooh. Not a bad hand, but also just not keepable. Alright, I'll keep this. And let me send Swords to the bottom. I think Swords is the worst card in my hand there. Here I can develop with a Cursed Scroll on turn 1. Got the old Moto Thoughtseize bug. The Swords of Plowshares. Secluded Step. See how they want to develop here. Okay, Mountain. They got the... No, they don't. Alright, second Silver Knight. Never, ever mad to see that. Other land here would be huge for us. It would take us quite a few miles. Maybe the original list of this didn't have Angel in it because of the land count. I could very much see that. Okay. Well, that's an instant Swords to Plowshares. Don't even gotta think about that one. Okay. Can't be. Angel's sick because you can rift it, you know, and or slide it and, you know, flip it over and whatnot. I like that a lot. Slide's a cool deck. I've looked at Slide before. I have like a green white Slide that's like morph based and it's kind of janky and dumb, but I think it's fun. Come on, give me a land here, please. No land. Silver Knight getting in the red zone again. Do have a disenchant for when it matters. But like missing out on Mystic Crusader and stuff, I don't know. I feel like we're really not hitting the area that we want to hit in this deck. I feel like it's not hard. Like we're not looking for a ton. We just need to be able to hit like 3 to 4 lands consistently every single game. And it just hasn't felt like we've done that. So a little bit troublesome on that front for me personally. Okay. One more land here. Let me please feel safe for my disenchant. Burning Wish. Let's see what they go. Probably a plow if they have one. A replenish. Very interesting. Okay, there's a plow. I'm going to develop a Soltari Monk. Why not? Spark Spray. Okay. Salted Angel. Plow. Attack. I mean, we are drawing gas, don't get me wrong. It's just like Mystic Crusader's kind of just kicking it in my hand right now. Would have loved to have them out. But yeah, maybe the Angel just can't be in this deck. Maybe that's kind of the issue. Okay. I am going to attack with all creatures. Kree. I mean, they can kill my Silver Knight. That's what they're in the market for. Guess not. Missing land drops here is just absolutely devastating. Ugh. Okay. They have a sweeper here? Uncertain. There we go. They have another decree. They have another decree. Nothing we can do about it. Slice and dice. Okay. That was like a one-sided board wipe. Interesting. I am going to Mystic Crusader here. We're not quite there yet, but why not? Maybe they didn't realize how protection worked. Psych Rift. Okay. I'm actually just going to Wasteland one of their Battlefield Forges right here. Power to them. Do I want to go shields down? That's what I'm kind of wondering. Maybe I do. It's alright. I'll True Believer. Make it so I have Shroud. Make them burn an activation on my True Believer. There we go, yeah. Forces it. Forces the action. Spark Spray not doing. I'm just trying to fill up here. I really want Threshold. I'm like dying for some Threshold. They just keep drawing cards, too. There's a very strong chance they could burn me out at this point. Not really sure what Replenish is doing for him, though. We got a Plains. I'm heavily contemplating just disenchanting this Lightning Rift to put them on a quicker clock, but not sure that's where I want to be or not. I'm just going to go with I don't want to be there. Okay. They didn't have any cyclers there or nothing. Renewed Faith is tough. Okay. Gain some life off of that. Do 2 to me. Draw. Another step. Just gonna disenchant the Lightning Rift here. I know they have a Replenish, but it gives me Threshold. And that way I can slam down a Soltari Priest without having to worry about it. Okay. We're slamming. This has been cool though. This Psych Rift, or this not Psych Rift, this Astral Rift deck is very, very cool. Alright, well they're gaining their life back. They're not quite out of danger zone yet. Replenish. Eternal Dragon. Okay. So if I get in for 4. It'll be a 3. I'll lose a creature. Yeah, I think that's what I do though. So you can't ever block this. Okay. I need to find an answer for Soltari Priest. I need to find it like now. Because I can just curse scroll. Okay, there's a replenish. Getting a single lightning rift. All right, GG's. Took the match there. Very nice. All right, capped it out 2-1 versus, I think this ended up being like Astral Slide, so, or Astral Rift, but cool. Let's hop into the outro here. Well, we ended up going 1-2 through our testing period. It was a tough testing. We played against 2 blue-white control decks, which this deck is just generally soft to. So it's not really a fair representation, sadly, but we work with what we're given. Some just general thoughts on this deck. I would love to see Moms in here. I think that's instead of Deathblade Elite, personally. So I prefer to have Moms instead of those. I think Exalted Angel just isn't necessary. So maybe you keep 2 Elites and you cut 2 Angels. The mana base is a tough one. I'd even probably cut 2 Angels for the whatchamacallits, the Weather Wayfarers. Stick them in here. Cut the Deathblade Elites, put Moms in, and run the deck as it kind of was. I like the Armageddons. They're great. They're very bad against control, but once you get if you can get an Armageddon to resolve, it's great. When you're behind on mana and you're trying to resolve an Armageddon, it's very difficult, which is why I like the Weather Wayfarer as a 2 of. Disenchant felt great. We did lose that game to Humility, essentially, which was a huge bummer, because we just couldn't find one, which is going to happen. So overall, I mean, this deck's fun, but I think that a blue-white standstill version of this deck with standstill more or less to restock the hand and just have a juice sideboard would be fantastic. It basically turns into like the solution then, kind of, but I like what I think that offers a bit more. You could have blue as more of a splash for like Meddling Mage and what have you, and not have too much blue in the main board. You could probably cut the Geddon's main board. You could fit it in here, that's for sure. So definitely an interesting deck. I think I'm going to try and toy around with like a white weenie or standstill version. I called it solution still before, not 100% sure what we look at it and how we look at that. So going to give it a rip. This deck is fun though. Like for anyone, I know that I got a little bit downtrodden playing so much control. I am trying to, enjoy my matches and not just slam control all day. So just a personal vibe for me, but no, there's a ton of fun to be had here, and I think there's a lot of stuff that people will enjoy playing with this deck. And I think that the more time you spend with this, the more that you really do, like there is probably a very, very high skill cap on this. So there's a lot of lines to learn, a lot of stuff to learn, and deck construction and meta looks. So highly recommend giving this one a jam and just enjoying it. So hope everybody's enjoyed. This has been 3-2 Brew, and until next time, cheers.